Welcome to ECCB Connects, a program produced by the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank to share with you who we are, what we do, and how we serve you. The ECCB is helping students make the big step from primary to secondary schools through its annual transition session for grade 6 students of the ECCB Mentorship schools. Stay tuned as we share with you some of the excitement and information from this year's session. If you have a child who will be entering secondary school, be sure to invite him or her to watch.
EC Polymer Notes, our new money.
Here's how you can detect genuine EC polymer notes. Feel. Polymer notes feel smoother than the material from which paper notes are made. Also, the front of each note has raised bumps at the top left-hand corner. These bumps form shapes that are familiar to you. Look for the clear window at the front and back of each note. This window allows you to see through the notes. If you hold the notes up to the light, you'll see the value of the note in an area of plain colored print. Tilt. A holographic foil is on the $100, $50, and $20. The images move and their colors change when you tilt the notes. Remember, detecting genuine EC polymer notes is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Feel, look, and tilt.
EC Polymer Notes, cleaner, safer, stronger.
Thanks for staying connected with us. The ECCB Grade 6 Transition Session is a component of the ECCB's Primary School Mentorship Program, which the bank has been executing in its 8 member countries since 2007. The interactive session allows the students to engage with speakers on matters related to self-confidence, peer pressure, and their bodily changes. The students also get first-hand accounts of what secondary school is really like from other students who recently moved from primary to secondary school. This year's session brought together virtually 283 students from Anguilla, the Commonwealth of Dominica, Grenada, St. Christopher and Nevis, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The session started with the students showcasing their talents and sharing interesting facts about their respective schools and countries.
Located between Martinique and St. Vincent, we stand out as the Helen of the West. 238 square miles in size. We are small but mighty in our eyes.
The British
and the French, they battled for this land. Majestic and beautiful under God's command. Our motto is
the land, the people, and the light.
Wherever you go, what a beautiful sight.
I love Grenada, my home Grenada, the land of beauty, friendship, love, and peace. In Grenada, when the call him, for his own. In Grenada, when the fight call him, take action from down. We're back, 24 of a girl, the place fall on the ground. Run back, 24 of a girl, the place there on the ground.
So let's wave our flags up so high, where everyone's dreams can stand tall. So let's nurture and protect with caring hands.
For the natural beauties everywhere, from forest green to the deep blue sea.
We treasure our land with love and flair.
with love and flair, with love and flair.
So let's wave our flags up so high, where everyone's dreams can stand tall. So let's nurture and protect with caring hands.
No. Boom. I'm so proud to be a citizen of this land, my blessed nation. Together we stand. So make me tell you about St. Kitts and Nevis, at the nicest place on the ramp road near my feet. Like Valencia said, now sell out me country, yeah. No people balling for the hills, them and the valleys and the trees, but we have them in a
So based on the municipal based on the scientific analysis here, the one for the expert, there is real symbolism. Therefore, it's different both from most people and I can't really visit all of them. In 1970s, I lived in England, certain versions in the state. One of them 10,000 people. I saw it yes, but we look at it, they sit and do this one. What is the operator? Sit, listen, based on my words, my words.
District Education Officer in the Commonwealth of Dominica, David Maximier, then took the students through the process of making the transition from primary to secondary school.
Guess what? You coming from an environment where you were referred to as the senior student at school. Yes? Yeah. Anything the principal wants to do or the teacher wants to do, anytime you go around, the teacher reminds you, hello, you are a senior student. Why are you doing this? Because now you had there were certain expectations of you as a senior student. Yes? Rosa Primary? Great. This will change come September because now you become the grade K student that entered your class when you were a senior student. You know what has happened? You're now moving from being a senior student to being what? To being a junior student. Is that clear, persons online or on the platform? Great. So you're moving from being senior to being junior. That can be a major adjustment that you have to make. And my friend mentioned the fear of bullying. Yeah, so sometimes when we meet the little students at school, you know how we treat them sometimes. Oh, you small, get out of my way. You know that kind of thing? Now you're going to experience it yourself. You just come. Yeah? That is something that you have to work on. Work at the secondary, on the secondary level is going to be more demanding. It's going to require a lot more from you. And somebody mentioned that as one of the concerns that they have. Yeah? How do I now deal with this extra work that is being brought upon me? Somebody said, oh, all these extra subjects that I have to study. And you felt Miss was wicked in grade 6 because, oh, but there's so much homework this teacher gives me. Prepare yourself now for what is going to come in secondary school. Besides the core subjects that you will do, you will find yourself with French and Spanish and sports and all of these other additions that you will have at the secondary school. It's important for you early in your journey to decide, you know, how, because I'm no longer in primary school. I'm moving up that ladder. I'm moving up that ladder. And as you grow and as you move up that ladder, then it's going to become more and more demanding.
Nurse Davida Irish from St. Christopher and Nevis held the children's interest as she engaged them in a frank discussion about the physical, emotional, and mental changes they would go through and how they should deal with them.
As your body goes through changes, you may have some changes physical. You may develop your personal, what we say, your own opinion. And that is natural because it's hormonal changes. Yes, some parents would say, yes, some parents agree when you have your own opinion. Some may reflect on their own upgoing and say, I couldn't tell my mother this, I couldn't say this. But because of hormonal changes, yes, you're going to experience your own personality development and your own opinion. And it's natural to have your own opinion. You're accustomed for your parents, you're going to want independence from your parents. Children love to sleep, for example, in their parent bed. After they reach a certain age, after puberty, once parents couldn't get them out the bed. After they start developing, parents can't get them in the bed. Your parents just come in your room and you're like, Mommy, what you come in my room for? Because you're developing your independence. You want your independence. Your body image, because of the changes, you're conscious about your body image. You're conscious about how your hair look. The ladies, you want to make sure your hair nicely groomed. You want to make sure no pimples in your face. You want to make sure your face smooth. These are changes that your body going to go through, and you're going to be self-conscious about these changes. You're going to be more influenced by your peer during this period. And you have to be careful of what information you take from your peers. For example, you having sports day. Your curfew is 6 o'clock. Your another colleague, your classmate colleague, curfew is 7 o'clock. You might say, wait with me now, wait with me, we'll go home together. But I know my parents say, come home 6 o'clock. But because you're out, I want to stay out a little later with you. Forget about what mommy said. Forget about what daddy said. Stay back with you. When I go home, I get licks. Now, if you're a good friend, you want to encourage your friend to stay out and disrespect her parent. So sometimes your peer, yes, even though it's a friendship and you're glad for the friendship, sometimes you have to know where the friendship lead. Because as David said earlier, a friend wouldn't lead you astray. A friend would want to build you up, not help you fall. So we have to be careful about the influence of our peers during this period. We have a greater ability of right and wrong. And as I just said, when your parents say something to you and you know this is the right thing, you follow what your parents say. When the peer come in and say, as I just said, come with me till 7 o'clock, you know it was wrong. So you try not to listen to your peers. Because you at this stage, you know right from wrong. Okay? Sometimes all of these changes may seem overwhelming. Guess why? Because you're taking on, you're hearing information from this place, information from that place. So everything bombards your brains and it gets too much for you at time. Because during puberty, it's like you're in the middle of the road. You're trying to come out of the legal childish behavior into adolescent, which leading you to adult. If you do something too at your age, when you do something, some people may say, that's so childish. You ain't supposed to do that. Next thing you do something, some may say, you're forcing woman. That's not for your age group. You're too mature. You're doing it too mature. So you don't know where to fit in. So everything becomes overwhelming. So you have to know. You have to make the best decision. The correct decision. Let me put it that way. You have to make the correct decision that you know is right. Okay? Physical changes that in general, sudden increase in height. You have pimples. You have acne. You have a different body, a different look, and a different sound. As I said, the boy's voice deepens. Your body odor. Yes. Children, we have to be mindful when we're going through puberty of our body odor. We have to make sure we put on our roll-on. We have to brush our mouth properly. Because I can tell you, once a friend, no, let me don't say a friend. Once one of your classmates smell your mouth, the entire class know. Once they smell your arm, the entire class knows.
The thing that makes me more excited is to make new friends and have more fun in high school. When I think about going to high school, the most thing that makes me nervous is the work. My favorite part in today's session was the puberty. What I would say to my classmates about going to high school is to never give up on yourselves.
My name is Zaya, and the session was educational. and I learned a lot of things about secondary school. I'm looking forward to high school, and I'm looking forward to getting a better education.
My favorite session is puberty because it helped children that not yet started puberty know how it will be and to know who to talk to. When I go to high school, I want to keep focus on my work and so that I can make my family proud.
For this session, I find it was very informative, especially for the students. I love the part where they have the transitioning from the primary to secondary school. It gives them an idea as to what to expect when they go to secondary school. And also the fact on puberty, some of them probably already started, some have not. So it just gives them a little opportunity to know what to expect.
Celebrating ECCB at 40.
Did you know that the mission of the ECCB is to advance the good of the people of the currency union by maintaining monetary and financial stability and promoting growth and development? Now you know. Celebrating ECCB at 40.
We're at the end of this week's episode of ECCB Connects. We hope you enjoyed the program and invite you to join us next week as we continue to share with you who we are, what we do, and how we serve you.